So I'm going to record this session. So today we are going to start with SQL. Okay. So hopefully you have gone through the demo class recordings and all, and you have all the answers. If you have any question, you can ask me or Bisal. That is not a problem. And today onwards, our regular session will start. Like syllabus will start, and we can consider from today 35 to 40 days. Okay, so I'll go slow only in this week. This week, 1 hour, 1 hour, 15-minute class will be there. Next week onwards, we'll have a proper Friday, 1.5 hour. Saturday, Sunday, 2 hours, 2 hour sessions will be there. Okay. So what we are going to do, these are the topics what we are going to cover as part of your skill. So introduction to SQL first chapter will be there. Then data retrieval techniques, working with DDL command, working with DML command, built-in functions, data aggregation, integrity constraint, table joins, set operators, pseudo columns, subqueries, transaction control language, and then other topics like views, like operator, backup table, case statement, index, stored procedure, all these things we'll learn. Okay, guys, in my voice is clear? Like you are able to hear me?
Yes.
So there is
Yes.
no problem with the voice, like low voice and all. I cannot speak loud because, okay, fine. So the first chapter, what we are going to discuss, like introduction to SQL in this, these are the topics will be there. This is not much important for the experienced people, but if you are fresher, then you have to learn it. Okay, if you are going as a fresher, then you have to learn it. The next one will be your data retrieval techniques. Data retrieval techniques, here we'll learn how to write very first query in SQL database, how we are going to write the very first query. Okay, and when you write select a star from table name, so what is from clause, and then select a star from table name, and then you are giving the some filter conditions, so that all these things we'll see in a detailed level. So we'll start writing our first query here. Okay, very basic, very starting this one. Okay, if you don't know how to write the query, I'll teach you how you can write the basic query. So next chapter onwards, like how to create new tables in a database. What is drop command, alter command, truncate command? This is all part of DDL command. Okay, so these are the topics what we are going to learn. Next topics will be your DML command. So in DL command, insert, update, delete will come. In DML command, insert, update, and delete command will come. Okay, so that we are going to learn. Working example with insert, update, and delete command. Okay. Then functions are very important for your interview. General function, case conversion function, character functions, date conversion functions, number functions, string and number conversion function, analytical function. One by one, we'll see in a regular classes. See, the thing is that why I'm explaining this one, because when I start the new topics, now you'll be knowing that what is we have already discussed in the very first class of the syllabus discussion. So these are the things you can relate that time. So this is the syllabus of your SQL. So we're supposed to know the what we are going to learn in our syllabus for SQL. Okay. So count, sum, max, mean, average, SQL alias, order by clause, group by clause, having clause, difference between where and having clause. Okay, so these are the things we are going to learn as a part of data aggregation function. The next one will be integrity constraint. This is for the developers. Mainly it will be used for the developers, but as a testers, we should know that what are the constraints we have. So constraint types will be not null constraint, unique key constraint, primary key constraint, referential integrity constraint, and check constraint. So all these 5 types we'll see one by one. Okay. Then we'll have table joins. Okay, so joins are very important for the interview as well as when you will be working in a real-time scenario. There also it will be very useful. Okay, so when you will be working in a real-time scenario, no, that there also joins will be very useful. You will be joining multiple tables using all these join conditions. So what are the different types of joins we'll have? Equi-join, non-equi-join, cross-join, self-join, outer join, left outer join, full outer join, and then we'll see joining 3 tables, 5 tables, up to 6 tables we'll learn. Okay. Then we'll have the set operator. You may study it in the your school time in mathematics, ninth or 10th class. Maybe like it depends on your syllabus, where you have seen union all intersect, Venn diagram, minus, all these things you have learned in mathematics. One chapter will be there for you. So you can combine two set of numbers using union all intersected minus. So those things we learn here as part of SQL syllabus. How can we use this union all intersect minus in SQL? We learn that one. Then we'll learn row ID. Okay. So what is row ID and row num? All these things we learn. Then we'll learn subqueries. So this is very important as part of when you will be working in a real-time scenario. So there in the real-time project, when you will be working there, you will be using subqueries frequently. Okay, so transaction control language, we'll see that commit and rollback. Okay, so we'll explain you maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, we'll explain this one. Okay. Then we'll have the left out topics like how to create views. Okay, working with views like operators, stored procedure, case statement. Okay, how can we use case statement? Then how to create a backup table, working with backup tables. We'll see all these things, indexes, triggers, all these things we'll see one by one. So this is your syllabus, SQL syllabus, what we are going to discuss as part of SQL. Most of the questions, 60%, 70% questions will come from the SQL only. Okay, in interview, when you will be attending the interview, 60%, 70% of questions will come from the SQL only. Okay, so you have to be very thorough. You have to be very strong in SQL. Like not required very strong, but how much strong you will be in SQL, that much good package you will get it. So you have seen like some of the people, they got 15.8 lakhs of per annum. Some of the people 13 lakhs, 14 lakhs. It's all depends on your SQL knowledge. How much SQL knowledge you will get, that much of good package you will get. That much of good package you will get. Okay, so this all things are there. Okay, so next we are going to start with your first chapter, guys. So we are going to start with your first chapter, Introduction to SQL. This part we'll discuss today, and then tomorrow we'll discuss today we'll try to complete all these things, and then up to here we'll try to complete today, and then tomorrow we'll see DML command, DDL command we'll see, like how to create tables, drop, alter, truncate. So day by day classes will be in a progress. So now onwards, you can say that we'll go fast only. So you have to put effort, and then you have to make sure that you learn the syllabus properly, at least SQL, and then SQL should be very thorough. Okay, if you want good package. If you don't want good package, then it's average also fine. So we are going to understand like what is SQL. Okay, what are the sub language of SQL, installation of Oracle SQL software, data types in Oracle. So how many of you have not installed Oracle software in your laptop? Can you raise your hand, guys? Abdul, Supriya.
Jayant,
Yeah,
hello.
yeah.
Jayant, actually, I have MS SQL. Is it okay for that? I need to install Oracle.
If you are comfortable with MS SQL, if you know
Yes,
MS
yes.
SQL
Actually, I'm comfortable with that only. Basically, previously I have worked on MSP consultant. Just now I want to move into ETL testing, so that's why.
That's fine. That's fine. You can same only. It's like 2-3% of
mostly same
difference will
things
be there.
only, right? So that's why.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. Swati, why you have not installed Swati? Syed, why not? Shweta, Supriya. Okay, so
Hello,
whoever.
sir.
Yeah.
There is getting test fair uh, in SQL developer.
You are
So
not
I
able
talked
to
with the
connect.
yes, I talked with the Vishal. Uh,
So what he told.
uh, I'm attending tomorrow's session,
Okay.
installation
Tomorrow
session.
morning he will be taking mostly. I'll
Yes.
tell him to take it properly. Okay. Guys, whoever not installed, please install the software so that you will have you will be able to do practice properly. We can do online also. We can do online practice also, but the thing is that online again and again you have to open, and then you cannot save the table's name and all. But online, one benefit is that you can use mobile also, and you can do practice there also. But if you'll work on the laptop, it will be very good. It will be proper knowledge. Okay. Coming back to the syllabus, just read this one. We are going to discuss about the SQL basics, like SQL introduction, how the SQL came and all. Okay, Pankaj. Okay, guys. So introduction to SQL. Read this one, and then I'll be explaining you. In fast only, I'll be explaining because these are all theory only. Not much in this, but we'll go through one by one. Okay. Done, guys. Reading is done.
Yes.
Guys, when I'll
Yes,
say
yes.
you have read the topics. If you'll read, no, you'll be familiar with the what is there in that. Like many of you, how many of you are learning first time? Can you raise your hand? First time, who is learning first time? Ranjita. Okay. So many people are there. 5 people, 6 people. You are learning first time. So make sure that when I'll say to read the any topic, no, read it so that you will be familiar with the topic in a starting only. And when I'll explain, no, it will be more clear to you. Whoever know earlier, so it will be no problem for that. Like you will be having the basic idea on that. When I'll explain the things, it will be more clear. Okay. So I like you see SQL, SQL. SQL stands for structured query language. Okay, a structured query language. SQL full form is a structured query language. SQL is the language of database. So what is the meaning of database? So I'll show you the database. Okay. So now if you'll see this SQL developer, if many of you have already started working on this SQL developer, Oracle SQL developer, we are going to work on this one. Okay. So this is the database, what we are going to use in our sessions. So I'll show you that what is exactly the database. Now you see here, this is your database. It's Oracle SQL Developer. It's a welcome page. Okay. So these are the schema. Now you see that admin, core, HR, info. These are the schema, guys. These are the schema. And this is the overall database. Okay, it looks like. So if you want to connect to any of the database, any of the schema, what you will do, you'll click here and then right click here, and then you will say that connect. So it will be get connected to this HR schema. Or if you want to get connected to admin schema, if you want to get connected to admin schema, you will right click here on this admin and you will say that connect. So admin schema will be connected. Now HR schema is major. Some of the tables are inbuilt tables are there in this HR schema. So what are the tables are there in this HR schema? We have so many tables are there. Now you see here. employees table is there, countries table is there, department tables is there, job history, okay, jobs, locations, regions, all these things. Recently, I have also installed whatever I have created earlier tables, no, like for the previous batches, so it's gone, it's deleted. So I was facing some issue with the software, so I installed again. So now this is your database. So in your database, this is the worksheet where you will be finding your query. Select a star from, this is the very basic query, guys. And this is the table name, employee is a table name. And this is the method to write the, fetch the data from the table. This is the method to fetch the data or retrieve the data from this table. Employee is a table, employee is a table. If you will run this one, click here, this green color button is there, triangle kind of things. It will run your this statement. Now, if you'll see here, we got so many data. So how many data are there in this table? This is the employee is a table, employee is a table where you'll able to find how many records are there in this. 107 records will be there. So 107 records are there. So this employees table is having all the details of employees like employee ID, first name of the employee, last name of the employee, email of the employee, phone number, other details are there for this employee. So employee ID is very important. Each and every employee is having unique employee ID. So now you see this vertical one, employee ID, first name, last name, email, phone number. These are all called as columns. These are all called as column. And what is this rows? This is this down, no, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Horizontal one is called as rows. Horizontal one is called as rows. Vertical is called as columns. Vertical is called as column. Employee ID, first name, last name. Vertical one is called as column. Horizontal one will be called as rows. Okay, so it is called as rows. What is the table name? Table name is employees. Table name is employees, guys. Okay, if you want to fetch the data, if you want to retrieve the data from this table name, you will say that select a star from table name. Select a star from table name, and you have to maintain some single space also. Double space also it's fine, but single space also. Now, if I want to retrieve data from departments, what we have to write, guys?
Select star from departments.
Where?
Select a star from department. So department is the table name. Now, see, this is the table name, guys. So same thing we are writing here also, department. It should match here, this table name, whatever the table name is there, it should match. Now you see, it will give you the data which belongs to the departments table. The data which belongs to the departments table, it will show you that. Okay, so this is your database, guys. So here only, this is the output screen. This is the output screen. Now result query, result screen, you can say. This is the worksheet where you will be finding your query, This is single line query. We'll write 5-line query, 10-line query, 20-line queries in this database, and we'll see in a future class. So this is your database. So what is this? What we were discussing? SQL is the language of database. So SQL, this structured query language, is the language of database. So mainly what we are going to do, we are going to work on the database only. When we say that database or SQL, we are going to work on the database only. Okay, using SQL, we can store data. Now, if you'll see here, using SQL, we can store data, manipulate data, and retrieve data in the database. We can store data using SQL in the database. Okay, we can store data, we can manipulate data, or we can modify data. We can retrieve data or we can fetch data from the database. Now, this is the database. If you want to fetch data, if you want to retrieve data, what you will do? You will select this query. Without select also it will work. So now these are the data stored in this table, this employees table. These are the data already stored. Okay, these are the data already stored. If you want to fetch the data, you will simply write select a star from table name. It will give you whatever the data belongs to employees table, this table, it will give you those data, whatever the data it will be belongs to this employees table. Okay, so no worries in that. Now if you see here, what is the history of SQL? How SQL come into picture? How the database concept came into picture? Okay, so in 1970, Dr. Edgar F. Code. 1970, Dr. Edgar F. Code was a IBM employee. Okay, in 1970, Dr. Edgar F. Code was IBM company employee. So he gave a concept of database. He gave the concept of a database, and later on he was known as the father of the database. So earlier, if you see your data, how the data were stored, earlier days you can imagine like if you're going to your anywhere like school or hospital or any government things, police station or court and all. So you can see that there many files will be there in a court and all for the cases and all. But those are the old age stories, guys. Now what they are doing, they are storing all the cases, all the like police record or so many other details. If you'll go in a bank, so earlier they were maintaining the file system. Okay, maybe you will be not remember all these things because it's a very outdated story. But when your grandfather or your father, you in initial days when he used to get the salary, from the government or like anywhere, so they used to write in a like they used to match all these things, how many days present, how much deduction, any loan and all. Manually they used to do, and then they calculate and they kept it ready, the cash in hand. But nowadays what will happen? No, everything it will be done online only, in the database only it will be done. Like they will run the query, and how much amount he has to get, how much money deducted. Now if you'll see the banking things, so you do the transaction, you do banking, net banking, mobile banking, or ATM withdrawal and all, it will be stored in your account details. Okay, and if after 5 years also, if you want your statement, it will be generated. Your insurance, you have purchased some insurance, and you have paid the premium for 10 years. After 50 years also, if you want to retrieve those details, no, they will be able to give you from the database. So data will be maintained in the database nowadays. Earlier days, it was manual. They used to keep the record in the files. And it was so dangerous, like if fire will happen or if your flood will happen, your data, maybe you may lose your data in the government site and all. But now it's like fully saved. They'll store in a 2 place, 3 place in the like backup tables, and then your data will be saved anywhere. You can access from anywhere. Like if you going to a hospital, one location, and you are registered in one location, and if you are going in a if same hospital is there in USA, so you'll be able to, they'll be able to retrieve your data from there also. Like far away also, they'll be able to access your data. So that is the concept. It is given by Dr. Edgar F. Code. So because of that only, so much of help, so many, so it was very helpful for the people who were keeping data in the file system. It was manually keeping in a file system, searching data. It was like, very lengthy process. But nowadays, just fire the query, or you'll have the app in your system. If you'll put some employee ID or person ID or anything else, you'll able to get the details of that person. So that much of, like easiness he made for the data. So he described a relational model for the database. And database is very, very important for all the application, guys. If you're working in development, if you're working in testing, if you're working in IT, any of the company, if you're working in a banking, anywhere you do, like you will be playing with the data only nowadays. Okay, you are playing with the data only. Okay, your telecom, whatever the telecom you are doing, you're calling someone and all, you are generating data. Your data will be saved somewhere. So those are the things are there. So this is what the concept given by the Dr. Edgar F. Code. Later on, this software, like whatever the database concept was there in with IBM. So IBM worked on 20 years on that. Many people worked on that. And then later on 1990, Oracle company took over from the IBM. So they made it Oracle SQL, Oracle software, the same software what you are using. It's a modified version, but Oracle company, they have took over from IBM from in 1990s, and they have modified something, and they come up across with the all the changes in database, and now it's very famous. That's why Oracle is very old one, and then it's very famous database for the Oracle company. Okay, some common relational database management system that use SQL are, like, many company come with come their own database. Like if you will take IBM itself, okay, IBM itself, they have currently they have 3-4 database, their own database, like Netija, Teradata, database 2, so many other things also will be there. I have not like like 3 to I know. Other than that also it will be data stage, all these things will be there in IBM. So each company, they came with their own database, and then they gave this concept: MySQL, MS SQL Server, MS Access, Oracle, Sybase, Informix, PostgreSQL, Teradata, Netija. These are all other types of database only. All other types of database. So you will say that whether which one we supposed to learn: MS SQL, MS SQL Server, or Oracle, or which one we supposed to learn. See, one database if you learn, other database is 95% same only. There is no change. If it will change also, it will be there, no? Very minor change, syntax change will be there. Syntax change will be there. Not much, 95% it will be same only. If you know one common database, like Oracle is a common database, you can work on anything. I learned 10 years back Oracle SQL, and I worked on many other database, like Microsoft SQL 2012 I worked. Then I worked on SAP HANA. I worked on Netija. I worked on Teradata. I worked on PostgreSQL. I worked on some other database also I worked, but I never faced any problem with the, like writing queries and all, because one database, if you are master, if you are good, then you can work on any other database. Okay. So this is what we have. Now just read this one. Okay, guys. So what we are going to learn as part of your SQL, no? We are going to learn DDL. DDL is a one topic. DDL means data definition language. So DDL stands for data definition language. In DDL, what are the commands will come? Create, drop, alter, truncate, rename. These are the 5-6 commands will come in DDL command. We are going to learn one by one all these topics. Okay. Then we'll learn a DML command. DML command, insert, update, and delete will come in DML. DML stands for data manipulation language. DRL will stand for data retrieval language. Data retrieval language. So in this, select statement will come, which we'll learn today. We'll try to learn today. Okay. TCL, commit, rollback, and save point will come. DCL, grant and revoke will come. Will not learn this one. Okay. These are the sub language of SQL. Hopefully tomorrow Vishal will help you to install the software. So if make it install in your laptop, and then start working on the database. Okay. So today onwards the classes will be on a regular, and there will be no it will be on a fast mode only, so that, like, like we'll have target in a end of the April, we'll complete the syllabus, and then we'll start attending interview in May month. May month will have lots of opening, guys. May month will have lots of openings will be there in a May month. So please don't miss, get job in May month, okay? And then like, you know, let me feel proud, okay, so that I can say that proudly you got selected in the company and all. So what we are going to learn now, data types in Oracle. Okay, so data types in Oracle we are going to learn. So what is the meaning of data types, guys? What is the meaning of data type? So I'll explain you that data types mainly classified into 3 categories for every database. So what are that? String data type, numeric data types, and then date and time data types. So mainly data types means what in Oracle, no? Now if you'll see your data, you can say that this is numbers, correct? This employee ID is nothing but numbers. This first name is string or characters. So the last name, email, all these things are characters or string. Okay. So it depends on your data. It depends on your data. What type of data you want to store. Now, if you see phone number comes with a number as well as a special character. Now, if you see hire date, what type of data you can say that this one, guys?
Date data.
So data are there. These are all representing a date. So 17 June 2003. 21st September or August 2005. 13 January 2001. All these things will be there. So it depends on the data. Now, if you'll see the data types of this table, so you can find out your data type of table saying that DSC employees. Now, if you'll see here, your data types of for this one, you see what are the data types are there. So type data type, this is data type, okay? So employee ID, we have employee ID in this table, employee ID there. So employee ID, what is they have mentioned? Numbers. Don't see this one. This will learn in constant, guys, not null, not null, not null, not null. We learn in constant chapters. So don't see now. You have to focus here. Employee ID. What type of data it is having? In this employee is having what type of data? We have numbers. All are numbers only. So what they have mentioned, data type as a number. Okay, data type as a number. What is the meaning of this 6? 6 is a length. How much digit you want to store? That much digit you can put here. That much digit you can put here. So employee ID, we are keeping here employee ID number. Okay, and then the up to 6 digits we can store the data. Up to 6 digits we can store the data here. So that's what, like here you see here 3 characters, 3 digits are there, 100, 100, 3 digits are there. Up to 6 digits you can store here. Okay. First name, if you see varchar2. Varchar2 means what? It's like a string. Yeah, it's a string. So how much characters you can store here? 20 characters. 20 characters you can store here. Now see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 characters, up to 99 characters are there. Up to 20 characters you can store. Up to 20 characters you can store. So that is what they have explained here. So email ID also varchar2, phone number also they have mentioned as a varchar2. We'll see that what is varchar2, what is number, all these things. Hire date, if you see, hire date we have date category. Hire date comes under date category. So if you'll see here, they have mentioned as a date. They have mentioned as a date. Okay. The salary part, definitely it will be in a number. So it is coming under the number. Salary, number. And if you see here, 8,2. Can anyone tell me what is this?
Decimals, I think.
Decimals.
Yeah, decimal, but how till what length it will support?
2.
2. Okay. So if your salary, they are saying that up to 8 digit you can store before decimal, like up to like this 3, 6, 8, and then after like decimal, you can store up to 2 digit. Like this format, you may store your up to this level of salary you can store here. Okay, up to this level of salary you can store here. Now, if you'll see here, your salary is coming 24,000, 17,000, 9,000, 6,000, 4,800, all these things. So how many characters are there? How many digits are there? 5 digit, 4 digit, 4 digit. Okay, minimum is 4 digit, maximum is 5 digit. But up to 8 digit you can store here before decimal. After decimal, you can mention as a 2 digit. If you'll see here, other things, commission percentage. So number and 2,2 means what? Like this, up to like this, you can store here commission percentage. If you see in actual, so here they have stored some of the value. Now see 0.25. You will not find 3 characters here. You will not able to find 3 digits. After decimal, you will not able to find 3 digits. It will support 2 digits only. So this is the meaning. Before decimal, 2 digits. After decimal also, you can store up to 2 digits. So that is the meaning of your 2,2. So now the theoretical part when we'll discuss. Now if we'll discuss the theoretical part. So these are the things are there. Just read this once and then we'll explain you. Guys, if you are having any doubt, any question, you can ask. Okay, you feel free to ask. Okay, so we are here to learn. Everyone here to learn. If you'll keep your doubt with you, then you will be not like proper learner. You will not learn properly. It will hit you when you learn full skill also. If you will not ask your doubt, it will be a doubt only.
Hello,
Yeah,
Jay.
yeah. Tell me.
Data has no required length.
Sorry.
Date
Date is
has
having date will have date for the date. No, we have so many other formats are there. We learn in a date function when we'll discuss date function. No, that time we'll learn. But Oracle database is stored their date data in this format only, like DD, MM, YY. DD, MM, YY. We'll explain you that. No worries. Okay.
Okay.
Read, guys, everyone. I was hoping like at least 50% of people, if you have gone through the full SQL, what access we have provided, it would be very good for us. Like, like we can prepare you up to the next level. But I see like only 1% completed and 1% half completed. So I don't know, like done, guys.
Simple.
Read this one. Done, guys. Okay. So we are going to what are the different types of data types we have? String data types. If you want to store your data in a string format or a character format, then you'll mention as a string data type. If you want to store your data in a numbers, then you'll give number data type. If you want to store your data in a date format, you'll give date. Okay. Now we'll see one by one what is string data types and what is number data type and what is date data type. Okay. Oracle string data types. What is this? Varchar to size. Okay. So this is very common and this is a very important one only. Whatever you give, others are just a time pass, you can say. But if you want to declare any of the, if you want to declare any of the data like character wise, if you want to store your data in a character wise or like string format, then you have to give your data type as varchar2 data type. Okay, varchar2 data type, and it will support up to 4,000 of characters. It will support up to 4,000 of byte. It will support up to 4,000 of byte. So this is your varchar2. If you want to store your data in a string or character format, then you'll give varchar2. You can give varchar also, but if you'll give varchar also, automatically it will be taken by the Oracle database varchar2 only. If you'll give varchar or char data type, it will be taken automatically as a varchar2 only. So they have defined these things separately, but now they made it one single database, one data types only, where char2 is a database, and this is the size. If you want, how many characters you want to limit, like 20 characters only, up to 20 characters, users can insert the name or any other strings. You can restrict up to 20 characters. Up to 4,000 byte, you can insert the data in this one. Okay, up to 4,000 byte you can insert data in this one. So this is the major one. Whatever you will assign, it will be given for the varchar2 only. So char, another data type, string data type is char size and varchar2 size, but major is this one. So you have to learn this one. For experienced people, you don't need to go in a depth. Only you know what type of data type we can assign to store the data. Next one is that if you want to store numbers as a data, if you want to store data as a numbers, if you want to store data as a numbers, then you will say that numeric. You will say that number data type. Number data type you will assign. So how will you assign that? While creating a table, no, you will say that create table. Consider that I'm creating a table called B or new batch 26. I'll make it. Okay, batch 26, new table batch 26. If you are creating a table called name, the name you will give varchar2, something like this 20. You can give the length. If you want to give the age, so age you can give number data type. And if you want, you can assign limit also. You can assign the length also. If you don't, you don't assign. So you have given age. Okay, now you can date of birth you can assign as a date, like this. So like this, when you can create the table here, name, when you want to insert Jayant Kumar, so varchar2 you have to assign. Age you want to give her 30, so you'll say that age number. Okay, date of birth, if you'll say that whatever the date of birth, 1st January 2022, like that you can insert the date as a data. Okay, so date as a data type. This is data type, this is data type, this is data type. So it will be, the table will be created with this one. Now see, the table batch 26 is created. Now, if you can check whatever the data type you have assigned. So this part we are going to discuss tomorrow, but I'm going to show you this so that you can identify your data types. DSC, you can copy this table name and see whatever the data type we have assigned to the columns, we are getting the same thing. Understood, guys? Any doubt in this?
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, we are getting only format, no? In description
This is
new batch.
the structure. It will tell you what is the structure of this table. How many columns are there? Columns, what type of data types are there? So it will give you the structure of this table. This DSC, it will describe this table. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the number. When you assign number as a data type. Okay, if you assign number as a data type, so general format will be number P comma S. P is called for precision before decimal. S means scale after decimal. Like this is called as P before decimal. This is called as scale after the decimal, guys. After the decimal. Okay. So this is P and S. This is the format of this. Okay. So it contains precision P and scale S. The precision P can range from 1 to 38. So maximum value what you can assign here in this range, what up to what value you can assign, up to what digit you can enter, 38, up to 38. Up to 38 also, if you'll mention 38, you will not able to count only what value it will have. Okay, if 38, if 1000, if you'll put, you'll not able to count to how much of 38 characters will be there, how much of 38 digit will be there. And the scale can range up to 127. So after this decimal, you can add 127 of, after decimal, you can add up to 127 of digits of this one. Date, if you want to insert date data, then you have to mention data type as a date. How I have created this table. So like this. Okay. So like this, you have to insert the data type. It is used to store a valid date time format with a fixed length. Its range varies from 1st January 4712 4712 BC. Like initial date, what you can mention from this range, a starting date from this range, up to what date you can mention here, up to this date you can mention here. I'll show you that examples when we'll create data table, no, and when it will insert data, that time we'll show you that how to insert this up to this one. So currently we are into 2023, correct? Up to 9999 4 times maximum value you can insert this one. So another type of data type is in date only timestamp. If you want to insert your date data with this format, okay, DDMMYY, and then you want to insert hours, minute, and second also, then you'll mention that HHMMSS. HHMMSS means H is stand for hours, M is stand for minute, S is stand for seconds. Okay, any doubt, guys, in data types? Any doubt? Can I move next?
Jayant, in decimal, we have only 8,2 only, right? In decimal data type, we have, right?
That is the example of here, 8,2. But
okay,
here
again,
38,
in the
38, 127 up to this you can mention.
Okay, so okay.
Got it?
So number and decimal should be different, huh?
Numbers and decimal means?
I mean, decimal data type we have here.
This, if you'll mention like this, no?
Yeah.
Means decimal only it will take. Means numbers and decimal also you can insert.
Okay.
If you are giving only this, means you are eligible to insert only what is that? Numbers without this.
Okay.
Like here, like this is example. If you'll mention something like this, comma 2, means you can insert data as a 0.00.
Okay.
Any other doubt, guys? Any other question? Okay, guys. So if you have any doubt, you can ask tomorrow also. Just go through this. And then tomorrow we'll learn. Or you want to give 10 more minutes, guys?
Jen, you mean this, right? What is the difference between date and timestamp?
Sorry?
Date and timestamp.
So that's what a date you will be able to insert only date in this format. DD YY. Like this. Date, when you will mention date as a data type, you will be able to insert data in this format only. In this format only. But if you want to, if you want to insert data in this format, DD YY and then hours, minute and second. If you want to insert data in this format, then you'll give data type as a timestamp. Clear?
Yes. So timestamp can be said as a new data type for Oracle.
Yeah, new data type. Yeah. Here, what we have given this data type, no, for this one.
Okay.
So if you want, you can give timestamp. It will come with the hours also, hours, minute, and second.
No.
It depends on your requirement. You can utilize all these things. But as an experienced person, they will not go for more detail because there are so many things to ask from you, the questions. So they will not go in a very detailed, very basic level. Okay. But you go through all these things. These are all, you can say that not much important, but you should know this all. Okay, guys. So any other doubt? Can I explain you next chapter? The basic one, or you want to continue tomorrow? You want to continue tomorrow,
You
guys?
can join.
Okay. So next will be. Okay, so next chapter will be data retrieval techniques. Okay, data retrieval techniques. In this, we are going to learn select a statement, very basic. Okay, very basic. Then from clause, and then with this select from clause, you can add where clause. So let's learn this one tomorrow only with the phrase one. Okay. So today is first class after 12 days. So I'll be tired. Okay. Guys, we'll meet tomorrow evening, 8 to 9:30, like that. Is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, guys. So I'll share you the recording. I will upload into the Google, YouTube, and then you will have access all these things. Whoever not paid fees, please clear your fees and then continue. Okay. Bye everyone. Take care. Any doubt? Please ping me. Okay. No worries in that. Bye everyone.
Bye, sir.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.